Welcome to the 16th edition of the DY Patil T20 Cup. We have the first game here at the DY Patil Stadium. And the very first wicket in this game between at the DY Patil Stadium between Bank of Baroda and Indian Navy. Indian Navy has lost its first wicket. New man in at the crease, Shubham Rohila, and he'll join Lakhan Singh, who's on 6. Akshay has picked up the first wicket to fall for Bank of Baroda. We are in the third over of this innings. Remember, Bank of Baroda won the toss and elected to field. This time whips it off his legs and just a single. The Bank of Baroda team, quite impressive lineup led by Rohan Kadam. KC Karyappa, who's played in the IPL, is also featuring in their lineup. We've also got Zishan Ali Sayyed, Niyaz Nasser, Karthik CA, Sujit Gowda, Rakshit, Naga Bharat, Rahul Dalal is the wicket keeper, and Varun Sood. Again, looks for a quick single that could be close, but the batsman well in the crease on time. The man to fall so far was the Indian Navy captain Anshul Gupta, and Indian Navy making a cautious start, 17 for 1. We are in the third over, just one delivery to go in the third over. We have 6 overs of power play, so there are 3 more overs to maximize the scoring in this, the first match that is being played here at the DY Patil Stadium. We also have a match going on at the University ground next door, and Akshay coming in for the final delivery of the third over, lofts that one and gets a 6. So we went to the over, 23 for 1 in the slot. That's the first 6 of the tournament, and good shot, a 6 to end the over. At the end of 3 overs, 23 for 1 Indian Navy. So 3 overs gone, 23 for 1. Shubham Rohila, left-handed bat. He'll be now facing the music from the other end. The Indian Navy, 23 for 1. Plays that one defensively. No damage done. Niyaz bowling from the far end. Again looking for a single there, but no run taken. So 2 dot deliveries. Good start for Bank of Baroda in this, the 4th over. Oh, short one and pull that one. Gets a boundary. Got into position quite early and was expecting that short delivery from Nias. And a good handy boundary for Indian Navy. Quite easy for Shubham because he got into position quite well and got a boundary. Score now 27 for 1. Running in now, Nias again. This time plays it uppishly on the leg side and gets a single. But deliberately played that because there's no fielder there and quite an easy single. Remember, we have 6 overs of power play. We are in the 4th over. 2 more deliveries to go. Five runs so far in this over. Some deliberations between the captain and Nias, the bowler. Again ambling in Nias. This time cuts that one and boundary. So good over after the first 2 deliveries. Did not fetch any run. That's the second boundary in this innings for Indian Navy. Nice pleasing shot from Lakhan Singh. Plays it nicely through that cover region and gets a handy boundary once again. So 9 runs of this over, 32 for 1. The final delivery of the 4th over coming up. Again plays that one on the offside, looking for a single, but no run given, and it's end of 4 overs, 32 for 1. Shubham on 6, Lakhan on 17. So Rohan Kadam bringing in the changes and making some changes on the field. We have a change in bowling as well from the pavilion end. So KC Karyappa coming on to bowl the 5th over. He's been brought in right in the power play. Moving the slip away. Some confusion and the slip is being moved away. Quite a bold move to get KC Karyappa into the attack in the power play. And the slip is back in place. So KC Karyappa will begin the 5th over against Shubham Rohila. Here we go. It's going to be quite interesting to watch KC Karyappa in action. Again wide of the off stump and plays that one uppishly, and it looks to be running away to the boundary, but well fielded there. Just a couple of runs. So Shubham is quite keen to keep the scoreboard moving and is willing to take chances against KC Karyappa. Again plays that that one nicely on the offside. Looks for a quick single. And quite easily done. So 35 for 1. This partnership's already fetched 20 runs in 11 balls. Lakhan Singh batting in 17, facing up to KC Karyappa. Oh, huge appeal from KC Karyappa, the wicket keeper, not joining in that vociferously. And the batsmen stay put in their crease. Again, plays that one on the outside, no run. It was a close call. The bowler seemed quite excited and interested in the appeal. The fifth ball coming up. This time dances down the track and again not able to get the ball away. So we had a couple of dot balls. So we'll probably see something dramatic from Lakhan now. Remember, this is the last ball of the fifth over. There's 3 runs so far, and that will be it. There's 3 runs from that first over from KC Karyappa. Indian Navy 35 for 1 after 5 overs. Just 1 more over to go in the power play. So the final over of the power play coming up. Shubham Rohla and Lakhan Singh have so far added 20 runs. We had a quiet first over from KC Karyappa where he gave away just 3 runs, but it's back to Niaz. He's bowling his third over, and this time again upishly on the offside, and through the point region, Shubham will get 2 more runs. So runs coming in singles and twos and the odd boundary. So Indian Navy have a lot to do right now after being asked to bat by Bank of Baroda. That should be a wide. Yeah, easy call for the umpire. That's the first wide of this innings. So Shubham on 11 of 8 and Lakhan 17 of 12. Here on the first day of the 16th DY Patil T20 Cup. The star pulls that one and 6. Just swivels in the crease and gets maximum value for that effort. Six to Shubham. Yeah. So 44 for 1 after the second delivery of the final power play over. This time again down the leg side, another call for wide. So Niaz losing his radar here. Shubham's almost expecting him to stray down the leg and gets into position quite easily. He's been getting his runs on the leg side, and Shubham's bowling. Shubham's been getting the ball into his liking. Already we are 8 runs of the bat in this over. This time again, that was close, but gets a single, almost a French cut there from Shubham. Three more deliveries to go in the final power play over. The projected score at this rate is expected to be around 165. That should be above par right here at the DY Patil Stadium on this, the first of the 16 DY Patil T20 Cup. This time obviously, and that's just step short of the boundary, and gets 2 more runs. This time it's Lakhan Singh plays it down the ground. So he has proven to be very expensive for his captain. He's already given over 32 runs, and we are in the 6th over. Stone cuts that one obviously and gets a boundary. So 50 up for Indian Navy. That's the 3rd boundary of this innings. We are in the 6th over, and quite a loose delivery, short, wide, and easily dispatched by Lakhan Singh. He moves on to 23, and Indian Navy on 52 for 1. So final delivery of the power play coming in. This time played up on the leg side, and should be looking for at least 2, and he gets it quite easily. 54 for 1 at the end of the power play for Indian Navy. So Lakhan Singh moves on to 25 of 15, Shubham's on 18 of 10, and just the right momentum for the Indian Navy. The final over of the power play proving to be very, very eventful and very fruitful for the Indian Navy. KC Karyappa will continue to bowl from the pavilion end. He was pretty frugal with his effort in the first over that he bowled, gave away just 3 runs. So KC Karyappa coming on to bowl the 7th over of the innings. Oh, again, very nice delivery. Batsman being very watchful against KC Karyappa. Oh, quite a strange looking action there from KC Karyappa, bowling wide, almost like Malinga and Bumrah. Round arm action. Never seen that before from a spinner. .55 for 1. This time quite straighter, but the batsman will get at least 2 there. Remember, the field can be open up now because the power play overs are done. 57 for 1. We are in the 7th over. Again, this time plays it up, especially on the leg side. Should get just a single. The projected score at this rate is expected to be around 172. This partnership's already put on 43 runs in 25 balls. So KC Karyappa has suddenly brought about some sanity in the proceedings. He's kept things tight. was given away just 7 runs. Final delivery. This time plays it off his legs and gets just a single to end the 8th over. It's 59 for 1 Indian Navy.
साइश बुला सकते हैं
आवाज में थोड़ा क्रैकल हो रहा है ऑडियो उधर
अच्छा मेरे को नहीं पता
क्रैकल से लगा तेज थोड़ा अंदर गया कुछ ब्लर ब्लर जैसा आवाज आ रहा है
हाँ 59 for 1 after 7 overs. Shubham on 20 and Lakhan Singh on 28. We change in bowling. Karthik coming on to bowl some right arm medium pace from the northern end. Nine for 1. This time plays it watchfully, straight to mid off. Four runs so far added by this pair. Oh, this time beaten outside the off stump. Quite a good start by Karthik. Nine for 1. This time plays it up Ashley and there's a fielder there. Oh, well fielded in the end. Just a single. Quite deliberately played there by Shubham, but just got a single for that. $60 for 1. 3 deliveries gone in the 8th over. The projected score is hovering around the 160 mark. This time again plays it watchfully and gets a single. Sharp single there. Well responded by Shubham to that call by Lakhan. Bank of Baroda would be quite happy with the proceedings thus far after they elected to field. This time dances down the track and that should have been stopped there, but just a single. $62 for 1. So just 3 runs so far in this, the first over of Karthik. Final delivery coming up of the 8th over. That's wide. That's very wide. Lakan making room and backing away, and the bowler trying to be cleverer than half and just playing it very wide. So another extra added to the score. It's 63 for 1. This time again plays up Ashley, and very well fielded there. And third man gets 2 runs. That's the end of the over. 65 for 1 after 8 overs. Lakan's on 31 of 19 and Shubham's on 22 of 18. So KC Karapa being taken off the attack after 2 very good overs where he kept things tight, and we have a change in bowling at the pavilion end. 65 for 1 after 8 overs. Varun Sood comes on to bowl. This partnership's already fetched 50 runs of 33 deliveries. So Varun Sood coming on to bowl his first over in the 16th edition of DY Patil T20 Cup. And facing him will be Shubham Rohila. Tries to play a paddle sweep and misses that one completely.
Stop it over here.
This time plays that one off the legs and is looking for the second and should get that one. Huge appeal for a run out, but the batsman's quite in. 2 runs added to the score. So Shubham Rohila is quite a busy player. He's always looking to keep things moving. This time again plays the paddle sweep and he connects it well, but just a single. Safer shot just behind the wicket keeper. No fielder there, but just gets a single. The keeper and the batsman both wearing helmets, so both are well protected from the ball hitting themselves, but remains to be seen how fruitful these kind of shots are, especially in this kind of format, because the bowlers and fielders have become smart. In this time Lakan Singh dances down the track and that's a huge 6. Very well struck there by Lakan. That's 6 number 3 of the 16th DY Patil T20 Cup. And he had made up his mind as soon as the ball was out of the hand of Varun Sood and just deposited the ball in the long on region. So well deserved 6 for Lakan Singh. He's moved on to 37. And a single to end the 9th over. 75 for 1. Lakan on 38. Shubham Rohila on 25. So Karthik will continue from the northern end. Give away 6 runs in his first over. Facing him will be Lakhan Singh. This time again plays it off his legs and just a single. The projected score continues to hover around the 160-165 mark. This has been quite a fruitful partnership for Indian Navy. These two have put on 60 runs in 39 deliveries. Cuts that one and should get another single. Shubham's moved on to 26 and Lakhan on 39. Bank of Baroda. This time making room for himself, but not able to connect that one. The outfits for this tournament looks quite similar to the one worn during the 92 Cricket World Cup. Similar design, especially in the shoulder region. It's quite similar to the ones won during the 1992 World Cup. This time plays that one up officially on the leg side and another boundary. Lakhan prefers the leg side more than his offside and gets the 4th boundary of the tournament. Almost plays him like a spinner and gets value for his shot and effort. So Lakhan moves on to 30. Shubham moves on to 30 and Lakhan's on 40. Scores now 82 for 1. We are in the 10th over. 2 more deliveries to go in the 10th over. This time officially again pulls that one and gets another boundary. So Karthik does not have the pace to trouble the batsman and he's tried to be a little too adventurous with his short delivery there, and Shubham equal to the task and pulls that one nicely. Shubham's decidedly an onside player and loves to play off his legs, and the bowlers are feeding him on his favorite side. Just final delivery to go in the 10th over. This time plays it on the offside and gets a single, sharp single towards the point, and that's the end of 10 overs. It's 87 for 1. Shubham on 35, Lakhan on 40. So, start of the 11th over, Varun Sood continuing from the pavilion end. Single to start of the 11th over. This time dances down the track and plays it uppishly. He's looking for two and gets it quite easily. It's 88 for 1, 90 for 1, beg your pardon. This time moves to the offside and plays that one nicely, gets a 6. Quite premeditated there by Lakhan. Fourth 6 of the tournament. And very premeditated, and the batsman gets a 6 quite early on in the 11th over. 96 for 1. So Lakhan is on 48. Dances down the track and oh, that's it. He stomped. Missed it completely, Lakhan. And falls just too short of his half century. Missed it completely. The ball just rose from a length and quite easy there for the wicket keeper, Rahul Dalal. The second wicket gone for Indian Navy. Lakhan Singh gone for 48 of 27 deliveries. 96 for 2. Quite a lucky break there for Varun Sood and Bank of Baroda. Lakhan Singh walks back after a well-deserved 48. And the new man in is Mohit Alawat. 9 runs of this over and a wicket. So we are in the 11th over. Mohit Alawat is the new man and is facing up to Varun Sood and starts off with a single. There was a nice little partnership building up between Shubham Rohila and Lakhan Singh for Bank of Baroda, but unfortunately for Bank of Baroda, Lakhan falls too short of his half century. Varun Sood coming on to ball the final delivery of the 11th over, and Shubham plays that one to get a single, and that's the end of 11 overs. 98 for 2. Bank Indian Navy after being asked to bat first by Bank of Baroda. We have a change in bowling from the northern end. Zishan coming on to bowl in the 12th over. Plays that one, and the very first delivery. Shubham's gone. So 2 wickets in 2 overs. Both the well set batsmen dismissed. Soft dismissal there. Shubham plays that one uppishly towards the cover and goes straight to the fielder. A lucky break there for Bank of Baroda. Just when it looked like Indian Navy is going to run away with the scoreboard here, but both the well set batsmen Shubham Royla and Lakhan Singh have been dismissed. 98 for 3 now. The two well set batsmen gone. Quite a change in proceedings here on the first day of the 16th DY Patil T20 Cup. Zishan Ali Sayyed striking straight away after coming on to ball. And the new man in is Nakul Sharma. So 2 new batsmen at the crease now for Indian Navy. So Nakul Sharma ready to take strike against Zishan Ali Sayyed. So a lucky break there for Bank of Baroda, getting a wicket of the very first delivery of Zishan in this tournament this year. This time again plays that one on the leg side and looking for 2 there. Oh, but the Mohit slipped and could not come back for the second run. Slight confusion between the 2 batsmen, and luckily for Indian Navy, no damage done. So Indian Navy 99 for 3 in this the 12th over. This time again tries to sweep that one. Huge appeal, more from the keeper than from the bowler, but the umpire is unmoved. The keeper inquiring with the umpire on whether it's a bit too high. And plays that one on the leg side. Just gets a single. So that's the 100 for the Indian Navy. Ishan again watchful there, Nakul. So this has been a very, very good over for Zishan. He's given away just 2 runs and picked up a wicket, that of the well set Shubham. Final delivery coming up. This time dances down the track and deposits it straight down the ground. That's a 6. And that spoils a very good over there for Zishan. 6 number 5 for the tournament. The scores now 106 for 3 after 12 overs.
So that's the scorecard so far. Anshul Gupta was the first to fall for 6. Lakhan Singh fell for a well-made 48 of 27. Shubham 37 of 28 was the last batsman to fall. It's 106 for 3 after 12 overs. 6 extras in this innings. And a single to start off the 13th over by Varun Sood. The projected score is still around 170. It's gone up since the last time we had a look at it. But the fall of the two well-set batsmen Shubham and Lakhan will surely dent the projected score. Placed down to long off, a single.
And gets a boundary there.
So a much needed boundary for Indian Navy. And Mohit Ehlawat pulls that one, goes back on the back foot and gets a boundary. So 112 for 3 Indian Navy. This time plays that one down the ground and should get a 6, and he does. So Mohit Ehlawat getting into the act now. He's not going to rest now. He's not going to take it easy. He's played that one nicely down the ground, gets a 6. So 12 runs already off this over. Just that this time plays it on the leg side and should look for 2 and should get it quite easily. So very fruitful over this for Indian Navy. 14 of the first 5 deliveries, and this partnership's already raised to 22 of 10 deliveries. Tries to cut that one, but no damage done. 120 for 3 after 13 overs.
So that's the bowling card so far. Akshay has given away 13 runs of his 2 overs and taken 1 wicket. Niaz 38 was very expensive of his 3 overs. KC Karyappa has been the most inexpensive so far, giving away just 8 of his 2 overs. Karthik has given away 18 from 2. Varun Sood has been very expensive as well, just gave away runs in the previous over. He's now given away 35 runs of 3 overs. There's a change in bowling at the northern end. Nakul Sharma is going to be facing up to the change in bowling. Niaz back for his final over. He's been very expensive in this innings so far.
Starts off with a single. So the projected score has gone up to 184. If they hover around the 160, 170 mark, That should be a par score at the stadium. And this time falls between the two fielders. And 122 for 3 now. This time cuts that one and straight to the fielder. He's gone. So Nakul's gone. 4th wicket falls for Indian Navy. Mohit and Nakul were looking to stitch up a partnership, but Niaz breaks the partnership. .122 for 4. We are in the 14th over.
Short delivery there from Niaz, and Nakul just plays that one upishly and straight in the cover region. So Nakul's gone, and the new man in Hardik Sethi. 3 more deliveries to go in the 14th over. So the new batsman is Hardik Sethi to partner Mohit Elawat. After 13.3, Bank of Baroda 122 for 4. I'm sorry, Indian Navy 122 for 4. Niaz Nisar a bit expensive today. After 3.3 overs, he has given 40 runs. So, KC Karappa on your screen has played for Kolkata Knight Riders in the IPL. Niaz Nisar on his way. Short delivery outside off stump, no run. The score remains on 122. Niaz Nisar back to his run up. Short ball pulled away and between two fielders, and that's a boundary. Hardik Sethi opened his account with a boundary. A beautiful pull shot over square leg. Look at the balance. Superb shot by Hardik Sethi. The score moves on to 126 after 13.5. Indian Navy needs to build a partnership here. Mohit Elawat and Hardik Sethi. They need to stay on the wicket for at least next 4 overs. Niaz Nisar back to his run up. Onto his last ball of his spell. Outside off stump and well tried. The point fielder. Vipin Singh. I'm sorry, it's Rakshit. Rakshit S. Brilliant stop. Saved 1 run for his team. So after the end of 14 overs, the score is 127 for 4. So the projected score is 181. If this score with this run rate, let's see how many they can get.
So KC Karyappa onto his bowling run-up. A very experienced bowler, plays for Karnataka in the Ranji Trophy. Has a good amount of IPL experience too. Let's see what he can bring for the Bank of Baroda team. Hardik Sethi on strike. He's on 5. Good flight delivery outside leg stump and swept really well, and it's a boundary. A good shot by Hardik Sethi over square leg. Swept really well. Gets 4 for his side. A beautiful sweep shot. The score moves on to 131 after 14.1. Hardik Sethi looks very confident. Just faced 4 balls and scored 9 runs for his team. Looks like a busy player. Onto his run up KC Karyappa, and that's a slog sweep shot, and that's a beautiful catch. That's a beautiful catch. The fielding has been really good. The shot was not needed. He got a boundary on the first ball. This wasn't needed. He could have played for a single or a double. That's a big ground, DY Patil Stadium. It's a beautiful catch. Ran all the way from deep mid wicket. So Indian Navy lost their 5th wicket. The new batsman is Nitin Tanwar. Let's see what he brings to his side. KC Karyappa, the experienced campaigner, bowled 2.2 overs and only given 12 runs, took a wicket in his last ball. Hardik Sethi, he was looking dangerous. New batsman in Tanwar. KC Karyappa onto his 3rd ball of the over. Good round arm action ball. Nitin Tanwar off the mark with a single, cheeky single towards cover. I'm sorry, it was Mohit Ayala, but they crossed Nitin Tanwar on strike. We will face his first ball. Nitin Tanwar. It's a good ball, straight on the middle stump, played back to the bowler, no run. The score remains on 132 for the loss of 5 wickets. Oh, got a turn, a good turn on the ball. Well fielded by the short third fielder, no run. KC Karyappa, he's using all his experience today. Bowling well. On to the last ball of his 3rd over. Only 5 runs of the 15th over. Let's see. The last ball. Single towards long off. And there's a best field and they'll get the second one. Sloppy work. KC Karyappa was really not happy. Sloppy work by the fielder. It was only a single run and they took a double. The score moves on to 134 after 15 overs. Loss of 5 wickets. The last 5 overs, the important 5 overs. Indian Navy will see if they can get next 50 runs in next 5 overs. Mohit Ayala, the set batsman. 17 of 10 balls. Nitin Ganga, the new batsman. So Mohit Ahlawat on strike. Plays for services, All India services in the Ranji Trophy. A good hard-hitting batsman. Rohan Kadam having a word with the bowler, Karthik CA. So let's see. First ball of the 16th over. Good ball outside off stump. No run, straight to the fielder. As far as I know, Karthik CA, he has a good change of pace. He does bowl good yorkers. So let's see how he uses his weapons. Mohit Ahlawat, on the other hand, a good hard-hitting batsman from services. Has played for Delhi before. And that's a good run towards mid-off. He'll get one. It's important to get these singles because surely they're going to help the Navy team. A strong Navy side. Led by Anshul Gupta, a player from Delhi and plays for services. Karthik C onto the run up. Onto his third ball of the over. Over pitch ball, flick towards mid wicket. They'll try to sneak two, no, but a good stop and they'll only get one. Score moves on to 136. Good over. This is going a good over. 3 balls, 2 runs only conceded. And a slow one, and a slow ball. They'll try to sneak for 2. No. Well fielded by Karthik CA. Score moves on to 137. And stepped out, and that's a brilliant shot over longer for a 6. That's what Mohit Ahlawat does. He plays for Delhi, he plays for services, a good hard-hitting batsman, and a 6 over long off. That is what he's known for. A brilliant shot, stepped out, read well, it was a knuckle ball. And see, what a powerful stroke over long off. The score moves on to 144 after 16 overs. Mohit Ahlawat moves to 25, a quick for 25. That is what Navy needs right now. Some big shots, some big sixes. KC Karappa onto his last over, the 4th over. I feel they should play this over very well because this is an important over. KC Karappa, experienced campaigner. Nitin Tarwar on strike. A good round arm action. Pulled over, long on. Try for the second run. No, says Mohit Ahlawat. And that's a good call. That's a good call. will only get a single. The fielding has been really good by the Bank of Baroda fielders. They were on the toes all the time. KC Karyappa on to the second ball of the over. He's bowling he's bowling round arm. And that's a good cover drive. He will only get one. Single towards sweeper covers. The field set is really good. Short third point. Extra covers and a short fine. That's a very well field set by KC Karyappa. It's always good when you have a captain like Rohan Kadam. They play for the same state, Karnataka. And both know each other well. It's a good sweep shot and you will only get one. Mohit Elawat on strike. And there's a good cover drive towards super covers. He'll only get one. And he'll try for a second one. Has a good 2 runs. That's a sloppy work by the fielder. That's really sloppy. Bowler and the wicketkeeper really not happy. That was a single run and they have given 2. Good running between the wickets by Mohit Elawat and Nitin Tanwar. They play for the Indian Navy team. They play together. And that's a good combination. The score moves on to 149. Oh, that's a cheeky shot. That's a cheeky shot by Mohit Elawat. And he might get a boundary. And yes, he does. That's a beautiful shot by Mohit Elawat. Just use the pace. Just see how he uses the pace. It's a very cheeky shot. That's what Mohit Elawat is known for. Has played for the Vijay Ghare and the Syed Mushtaq Ali for Indian services team. It's a beautiful shot. We saw the field, the short line fielder was a bit wide and he used the angles really well. Got a boundary for his team. The score moves on to 153. Last ball of his over and that's an edge and he won't get any run. Well finished by KC Karyappa. 4 overs, 24 runs and got an important wicket for his team. After the end of 17 overs, the score is 153 for 5. And that's a good length ball cut to the third man for a single. The new bowler is Akshay. Bowled superbly in the first spell. Gave away only 13 runs in his 2 overs and took an important wicket for his team. The score moves on to 154. The dangerous man Mohit Elawat on strike. Now he is the man for Indian Navy. He strikes big. A really powerful hitter. Plays for the services team, has played for Delhi before. Good, strong, hard-hitting batsman. Standing on the middle stump. He is looking for the mid wicket on the long on region. And that's cut over a point, and that's a 4. It's a beautiful shot. Used the pace really well. He knows his angles, he knows his shot, where to hit. He picks his bowler. That's a beautiful shot. Just see the way he made room for himself. Beautifully made room. An over point for a boundary. Beautiful shot by Mohit Arawat. Moves to 36. Face just 19 balls. Plays the ball really well. Mohit Arawat. He's the go-to man for Indian Navy. And swept really well. That's a cheeky shot. That's a beautiful shot. He knew the final fielder was up. And he played over him. The second boundary of the over. The score moves on to 162. Mohit Arawat, he knows where the fielders are placed exactly. Beautiful shot. So he got 9 runs in the first 3 balls. Let's see. Half the over finished. 162 after 17.3. A really good score. If they can add 20 to 30 runs more from it, it will be a big task for Indian Navy. I'm sorry, for Bank of Baroda. So let's see. The fourth ball of the over. And that's a good ball. Tried for a yorker. Finished as a low full toss. But still only will get 1. Ten of the first 4 balls. Pressure on Akshay straight away. He needs to get his yorkers right. Flat batting track to bat on. Tanwari needs to strike big now. Has faced 8 balls. Oh, that's a good slow bounce. That's a good slow bouncer. Was predetermined, stepped out. Missed it completely. No run. The score remains on 163. That's a good comeback by Akshay. Needs to finish it well now. Back to his run-up, Akshay. He plays for Karnataka too. It's the last ball of the over. And that's pulled. And shot for the fielder. He'll only get 1. So good over for Indian Navy. They'll get 11 runs of the over. They'll be happy. The next 12 balls left. 2 overs remaining. 164 for 5 after the end of 18 overs. So the 19th over, Tanwar on strike. He really needs to strike big now. It's high time. The last man out, Hardik Sethi. Scored just 9 runs on 5 balls. Nitin on strike. That's a wide ball. That's pretty wide. Karthik. That's not done. Oh, that's a good slow one. That's a good slow one and the missed opportunity. Sloppy work. That's really not done by the Bank of Baroda fielders. And he'll get 4. He'll get 4. Nitin Tanwar needs to play some shots like this. That's a beautiful shot, but a sloppy work by the fielder. The slower one, but gone with the shot, and he'll get a boundary. Nitin Tanwar. 5 runs to the first ball. Bowler wide. Score moves on to 169 after 18.1. The fielder really not happy with the short fine fielder. At this level, these catches should be taken. So you are watching 16th DY Patil T20 Cup live from the DY Patil Sports Stadium. It's a good yorker. It's really good yorker, and they'll get 1 run for that. Mohit Allahabad back on strike. He's the go-to man for the Indian Navy. He's playing really well. Faced 21 balls, scored 41 runs. Playing all around the wicket. Can play over point, over covers, over fine leg. A very street smart cricketer. A good experienced campaigner. And the score moves on to 170. 10 balls remaining. Hopefully they'll get in next 10 balls they'll get 15 to 20 runs. That's what services will be looking for. But again, the Bank of Baroda batting, they really have a long batting lineup. Rohan Kadam, player who scored the highest run in Syed Mushtaq Ali last year. A good left-handed batsman, plays for Karnataka, plays all format. We have Rahul Dalal in Bank of Baroda. It's a good short ball and pulled really well. And there's a 6. Now that's a beautiful shot, Mohit Allahabad. Pulled away on the back foot. That's what Indian Navy wants from Mohit Allahabad. Beautiful shot. Over square leg. He is really strong, Mohit Allahabad. A really strong man. So on to the 4th ball of the over. That's over point. Beautiful shot. And there's a 6. And that's a 6. That was a big boundary. Trust me, it's 85 yards. More than that. Over point for a 6. He's a strong man. And he'll get to his 50. He'll get to his 50. 50 of just 23 balls. Mohit Allahabad, you beauty. Just see the strike rate, 230.43. 4 sixes, 4 fours, Mohit Allahabad. You are the man for Indian Navy. 23 balls for his 53 runs. Surely they are going to finish 200 the way Mohit Allahabad is batting. Onto his 5th ball, Karthik CA. There's a length ball and that's a 6. That's a big one. Over onto the stands. Oh my God, that's a big shot. He is a powerful man, Mohit Allahabad. 3rd 6 of the over. Trust me, he is strong. Seasoned campaigner, plays for All India Services and has played for Delhi before. He knows whom to pick, which bowlers to pick, and Karthik C, really expensive. 3.551, still 1 ball to go off a spell. 188 after the end of, still 1 ball remaining, 188 for 5. Indian Navy, they are eyeing for 200, I guess. Look at the balance, length ball and over deep mid wicket. That's a shot of man in form. Mohit Allahabad, huge 6. And trust me, this DY Patil Stadium is one of the biggest in India. And down the wicket, that's a good ball. Good Yorker, wide Yorker outside of some, and he tried for a run out. No, that's a good run. He's fast within the wickets, Mohit Allahabad. Oh, very expensive over from Karthik CA. Just see his strike rate, 25 balls, 60 runs. This is a sign of man in form. He's batting really well, Mohit Allahabad. If he plays 6 ball of the next over, I'm sure Navy will finish over 200. The pressure on the bowler straight away. And Akshay, last over spell, 4th over. Mohit Allahabad on strike. And there's a short ball at 4. It's a bouncer. It's a no full toss. And a good stop. That's a good stop on the square leg by the fielder. And he'll get easy 2. That's a bad ball. Poor delivery by Akshay. Low full toss, outside leg stump. Look at the stop. That's a really brilliant stop. High standard says at the DY Patil Stadium. Mohit Elawat on strike. Got 2 at the first ball. Standing behind the crease. Low full toss and over extra covers, and that's gone. That's a gonzo. Mohit Elawat out on 62. But played really well for his team. Just 27 balls, 62 runs for his team. He played really well for his team. 191 is a very good score on this wicket. And he'll get a standing ovation for sure. Mohit Elawat, you beauty. It's a well bowled bravery by Akshay. Bowl outside off stump. Low full toss, was difficult to get away and got a wicket. But Mohit Elawat, he did his job really well. 27 balls, 62. I think the team will be very happy with him. So Nitin Tanwar on strike. And we have a next match again at the DY Patil Stadium between the DY Patil B team and the Central Railway. Players like Vineet Sinha, Harmeet Singh, you'll get to watch them. All big names of Mumbai cricket. Akshay to his third, and there's a slow one picked really well, and that's a 6. Yes, I think that's a 6. That's a big shot. Nitin Tanwar played really well. Pulled away, picked the slow one really well. Just see the way, just see the balance, the head position. That's what cricket is all about. That's a good pickup shot by Nitin Tanwar. A useful 6 runs, still 3 balls to go, and I'm sure they'll finish over 200. That's the way Indian Navy plays, known for this. Slow one, well bowled, and that's a run out. That's a run out. Well bowled by Akshay. Slow Yorker outside off stump. Bowled really well. Try to sneak a single, but got run out at the end. Well fielded on his own bowling, Akshay. But I guess Nitin Tanwar played his role well. 14 balls, 18 runs. A big huge 6 over fine leg. 2 balls remaining. The score remains on 197. A good score. I would say it's a very good score. So Nishant Singh, the new batsman for Indian Navy. Let's see what's there in store for him. The Yorker ball, well bowled by Akshay, and he'll only get 1 run. Akshay is quite a look like a player from Mumbai, Adhir Dhumal. Even Adhir Dhumal, a left-arm spinner from Bombay. We won't see him playing in this T20 tournament, but a really good utility player from Mumbai. Akshay is quite a look like Adhir Dhumal. Dhumal, a very good left-hand batsman and left-arm spinner, plays for Parshim Khana and plays for Tata Sporting. So Akshay onto his last ball of the spell, and of the innings. Let's see Varun Chaudhary, what can he do? Last ball. The good Yorker outside off stump, and that's 2 runs for Varun Chaudhary. Played well over point. And that's the end of the innings. Sorry, still 1 ball remaining, I guess. No, that's the end of the innings. 200 for Indian Navy. And that's a very good score on this flat batting track. The man who is responsible for this 200 is Elawat. He was fantastic today. Just see Mohit Elawat, 27 balls, 62. Anshul Gupta got out cheaply. Lakhan Singh, 27 balls, 48. He played really well. Shubham Rohila, 37. Mohit Elawat, the man to watch won this tournament. 27 balls, 62. 4 sixes, 4 fours. Nakul Sharma, 9. Hardik Seri, 9. Vijendra played well. 14 balls, 18 runs. And they end with 200. Let's see. We have a short break and then we'll come back again. Thank you.
Indian Navy against the Bank of Baroda. Nishan Singh is the bowler. Rohan Kadam on strike and Karthik CA off strike for Bank of Baroda. Bank of Baroda required 201 runs from 117 balls, which can be a tricky total to reach. A swing and a miss again from Rohan Kadam. Wide has been signaled by the umpire. Nishan Singh back on attack. A good ball. Straight back to the bowler. Rohan Kadam to face the fifth legal delivery of the over. Swung on to the leg side in no man's land. Could get two comfortably. Coming back for the third. Crisp running between the wickets. Nishan Singh back on attack for the last legal delivery of the first over. Swung straight down the ground for 4 runs. This is the first boundary of the second innings for the Bank of Baroda. At the end of the first over, Bank of Baroda are 8 runs for no loss and require 193 runs in the next 114 balls. I'm now joined in the commentary box by Dr. Aram Pirzada.
Thank you so much, Kevin. Varun to continue the second over for Indian Navy. Coming in from the media end. Good tight delivery there. Fielder gets to it. Single taken. So good batting performance by the Indian Navy. They've gotten a 200 on board. It's a stiff looking target, but with good batting conditions it can definitely be achieved. And Bank of Baroda also have a very good batting lineup, so be a scintillating contest.
Good delivery there. Single taken. Quick running between the wickets. Wide outside off stump will be signaled a wide. So a couple of extras from the Indian Navy this innings already. Good bounce there. Clears the 30-yard circle. Straight to the third man. Single taken. With a required run rate of 10.22, it's important that the Bank of Baroda keep rotating strike and getting those singles, which could come crucial at the end of the innings. Just beats the keeper there. Runs down for 4. There'll be 5 wides. Bank of Baroda wouldn't mind those. Yeah, that's a much better line there. A well-deserved boundary. This is turning out to be quite an expensive over for the Indian Navy. Thirteen runs with 2 more deliveries to go already of this over. Flicked away onto the leg side. To the square leg. We'll get a single. Kept it outside off stump again. To the third man for a single. That's the end of the second over. Quite an expensive one. 15 coming off it. Bank of Baroda at 23 for no loss at the end of 2 overs. Seems to be a good batting surface, Kevin. What do you have to say about it?
With the score of 200, the pitch is actually proving to be a very batsman-friendly pitch. It's Nishant Singh back to the attack for the Indian Navy. Tight delivery and it's caught on mid-off. Rohan Kadam has to depart for 6 runs. Tight bowling by Nishant Singh. That's the first wicket for the Indian Navy. Bank of Baroda lose their first opener. Crisp bowling there by Nishant Singh. New man in, Rakshit S. Bank of Baroda have lost their first wicket in the 3rd over. The required run rate has now fallen to 9.98 per over. The current run rate is cruising at 10.62. Rakshit is the new man in and will be gearing up to face Nishant Singh. I think I can do this for a living. From pavilion end. Tight delivery on the offside and there's a call for caught behind wicket. Nishant Singh getting some good swing on the ball. Nishant Singh for the 3rd delivery. Tight bowling there by Nishant Singh. Played off. Good shot. Nice effort there by the fielder, but would still beat him for 4 runs. Don't leave me alone and go. A well-crafted cut shot there by Karthik CA. Karthik CA now mounts up to 14 runs of just 5 deliveries that he's faced. A swing and a miss, and it's actually caught behind. Karthik CA has to depart for just 14 runs. Nishant Singh is turning out to have a wonderful spell here. He's already taken his 2nd wicket in his second over, which is the third over for the Indian Navy. Bank of Baroda now need to start playing a more responsible innings if they're trying to tack down a target of 200 plus. Naga Bharat is the new man in for the Bank of Baroda. He walks in when the score is 28 for the loss of 2 wickets, 2.5 overs. There's now a slip in place for Naga Bharat. Nishant Singh, tight delivery again. They're looking for a single and will get it comfortably. That would be the end of the third over. At the end of 3 overs, Bank of Baroda 29 for the loss of 2. They require 172 runs from the next 102 deliveries. The required run rate has mounted up to 10.12 and the current run rate has swooped down to a low of 9.67. Back to Arham Pirzada, who's in the commentary desk alongside.
Thank you so much, Kevin. Warren C brought into the attack. He will continue his second over of the spell from the media end. Stop there for a single. I'm sorry? No run there. So 2 quick wickets for Bank of Baroda. Indian Navy right on top of this game right now. 3 overs, 29 for the loss of 2 wickets. With a stiff target in front of Bank of Baroda. They'll have to play a more responsible innings. Naga, Bharat and Rakshit. Straight back, beats the bowler. Good effort in the field. Single taken. Early wickets can cause a lot of pressure on the batsman coming in the middle order. Good looking shot there. Through the extra cover, straight on the offside for 4. It's only the first day in the tournament that there have been 16 boundaries and 11 sixes already. Good looking shot there. Given some width outside off stump, used it perfectly and sailed away to the fence. Warren had an expensive first over. He's come back for his second. The batsman moved on to the offside. The umpire is convinced it will not be a wide. He's getting some good bounce off the wicket there. Played away for a single. Oh, that'll be close. The umpire says no. I think the Indian Navy would want the review system to be in place. The sun is beating down hard at the DY Patil Stadium.
Nishant Singh continuing from the pavilion end. Another tight delivery right onto the body. Nishant Singh's having a good day in the field today. Another tight delivery. We push to third man for single. Bank of Baroda now require 165 runs of 95 legal deliveries. Rakshit S is on strike. Down the leg side, and should reach the boundary. Nishant Singh, good line, would be driven down to leg gully for a single. Naga Bharat and Rakshit S have to look on building a partnership if they want to keep the dreams of Bank of Baroda to win this match alive. Naga Bharat, man on strike. Flicked off to the leg gully, should get a single. Final delivery of the 5th over. Nishant Singh's third over. Edged down to third man. There was no third man. Third man's up. And that would be 4 runs to end the 5th over. 18th boundary of this year's DY Patil T20. At the end of 5 overs, Bank of Baroda are at 47 runs for the loss of 2 wickets. The required run rate and the current run rate are almost on same pars. Naga Bharat and Rakshit is looking to build a partnership.
For all the viewers joining us now, this is the first day of the DY Patil T20 tournament, 16th edition, and the Bank of Baroda is taking on the Indian Navy, who's playing their debut match at the DY Patil tournament. The Indian Navy have put up a stiff total of 200 plus on the board, while the Bank of Baroda losing 2 early wickets are at 47 for the loss of 2 wickets in 5 overs, with some exceptional bowling from Nishant Singh. Naga Bharat. In spite of losing those quick early wickets, Bank of Baroda have kept their footing strong. They know that they're chasing a stiff total. They're keeping the run rate in mind, making sure they get those boundaries. Straight to third man, will get a single. Ranjit into the attack for Indian Navy. He's bowling his first over from the media end. Much better line there by Ranjit. Will still get a single. He wouldn't mind those. Outside off stump will be given a wide. I was speaking to Mohit Alawat in the mid innings, and he mentioned how good a batting track this is. So no complaints there for the batsman, but Again outside off stump. Beats the 30-yard man. Straight away to the fence. 4 runs. Straight to the man at point. Yes, absolutely. That's what the players need right now. Some energy, because the sun is beating really hard here at the DY Patil Stadium. Good tight couple of deliveries to end the over. 11 of it. 58 for 2 is Bank of Baroda after the end of 6 overs. A few big overs towards the end for the Indian Navy. That's what Bank of Baroda will be counting on. For right now, they need to build that partnership, get through the middle overs, and they can take on the bowling in towards the end of the innings. What do you say, Kevin? Do you think the Bank of Baroda can make it?
With the quick loss of wickets early on, they need to now stabilize their innings if they want to get back at the bowlers. Introducing spin, Vipin Singh into the attack. Push through the covers for single by Rakshit S. This is the 7th over of the second innings, first match of the 16th DY Patil T20. Vipin Singh bowling in tight lengths, push down to mid wicket, still get only a single. So Aram, do you think this target is chaseable? 141 runs of 82 balls.
Absolutely. I think this partnership is crucial in how they get through the middle overs. How they play spin also on this track will be important. They need to keep the scoreboard ticking and then take on the bowlers towards the end. I think that will be the strategy for Bank of Baroda. But it should be an interesting contest here. And
Great athleticism there at point by the fielder. The batsmen are just trying to squeeze singles in this over. It's a smart approach to face the spinner. Vipin Singh tight deliveries. It's driven on to extra cover for a single again.
Kevin, what do you think about the introduction of spin into the game right now?
I think it's a very smart move by the Indian Navy, trying to tame this partnership before it buds. Vipin Singh, final delivery, pushed on to deep mid wicket, just another single. It was a decent over by Vipin Singh, giving just 6 runs of the 7th over. The required run rate is slowly climbing. It's at a 10.54 now. A decent partnership building, 36 runs in just 25 balls. Naga Bharat at 16 runs, facing 14 deliveries. And Rakshit S at 20 runs at just 13 deliveries. Nitin Tanwar, new man, representing the Indian Navy. On screen is Mohit Alawat, the man of the moment for the Indian Navy. It was a tight ball, swing and a miss, might race for a boundary. Despite the decent efforts,
Four runs off the bat. Good effort in the field there, though. Nitin Tanwar, the second spinner, brought into the attack. Treated with a boundary first ball. Again, on the offside. We'll get a single. I think the Bank of Baroda wouldn't mind the spin overs, keep taking the scoreboard. Oh, another one of those. Races away to the fence. This time the fielder won't get to it. 4 runs. Second boundary of the over. Yeah, absolutely. I think Bank of Baroda wouldn't mind those boundaries coming in the spin overs. They'd want to go after anything that's loose outside off stump. Played away to the square leg area for a single. Bank of Baroda cruising at 10 runs and over. Single taken. Protection at the extra cover. It's harder this time. There's a man there. will only get a single. That's the end of the 8th over. Bank of Baroda at 76 for the loss of 2 wickets with 12 overs to go. Kevin, both these batsmen, Naga and Rakshit, are playing in their 20s. It's a comfortable spot to be in. They've settled down, they've gauged the pitch conditions, and it's an important partnership, I feel, for the Bank of Baroda. What do you have to say?
As I told you earlier, Aram, they should be focusing on getting a stable partnership out right now, and that's what they're doing. Decent batting by both of them. Rakshit S going a little on the offense and Naga Bharat playing the safer man. Vipin Singh back into the attack. Had a decent first over. Cut down to extra cover for a single. It's driven down to extra cover again for another single, which brings Rakshit S on strike. Back to the covers again. It's like both these batsmen will have gauged their vision on one part of the ground. Focusing on singles for now. Back to the covers again. Aram, do you think it would be a smart move to pull up the covers?
I don't think so. I mean, they wouldn't mind the singles there. They'd keep that required run rate gap on. I think that's going to be the strategy for the Indian Navy. There's protection there at square leg, so they'll get only a single. Good over so far, though. Indian Navy wouldn't mind those singles. Punched again through the covers. We'll get a single to end the over. 6 runs off the 9th over, bringing them to 82 for the loss of 2 wickets.
Bank of Baroda now require 119 runs of 66 deliveries. The umpire has called for a drinks break.
Meanwhile, let's talk about how beautiful this DY Patil tournament is. Into its 16th edition now. Players, especially selectors, come down to scout young players at this tournament right before the IPL. It's an important game. It's an important tournament for these youngsters. I mean, I myself remember speaking to a few players like Shreyash Iyer, who played here last year and now is playing against the New Zealand for the Indian team. Ranjit to continue his second over. Send back. No run there.
Ranjit to continue from media end. A pull shot and should make it all the way for a boundary. Naga Bharat trying to bring up some pace into their innings. I think that was the advice they were given to during the drinks break. The partnership is now focused on shifting gears from singles to boundaries. Nice shot. Took down to third man, should get a couple of runs. No, they settled for a single. Which puts Rakshit S on strike, who will be facing Ranjit. A decent partnership now building. 59 runs coming in 40 balls. Rakshit and Naga turning out to be a stronghold. Driven down the ground for 6 runs. As I had told you, Rakshit S and Naga Bharat now shifting gears, going on the offense. First 6 of the innings, and it's Rakshit S that gives us. Ranjit looking to regroup, scouting his own field. I inform Rakshit S on strike. Comes down the ground, it'll just be another single. Can almost hear Rakshit's fans. Nice ball there. Ranjit bringing out his aggression. At the end of 10 overs, Bank of Baroda are at 94 for 2 runs.
Bank of Baroda need over 100 runs in half the inning. A good partnership building there actually between Naga and Rakshit. They're playing in the 30s. Comfortable, having gauged the pitch, shifting gears, getting some boundaries. Vipin Singh brought into the attack. Keeping it outside off stump. The batsman trying to use some risk there. Hitting the keeper's glove. So continuation of some spin from the pavilion end. punched away to the covers. Will get a single. That's in the air. Has it gone the distance? Yes, it has. 6 runs. Naga Bharat now joining the party. A premeditated shot. He knew where he was going. Played it so comfortably and so confidently. Getting 6 runs for it. So Kevin, I think that's what Bank of Baroda is doing right now. Though, keeping the run rate in mind, they need 10 runs to get every over. They get an odd boundary and then settling for singles, and the rest of the pick a loose delivery and hit it over the field for 4 or 6, and then get the others as singles.
Yes, I think, and that's the best way to go ahead with the match now, if they have the match to win in their hands. A partnership of 73 runs in 46 balls, Naga Bharat and Rakshit, both in-form batsmen, and have caught their grip on this game. $100 more runs required for the Bank of Baroda. Driven to the covers by Naga Bharat for a single. Driven back to the covers. They're concentrating more on rotating strike now, Naga Bharat and Rakshit S. Vipin Singh to ball the last ball of the 11th over. Good ball, driven back to long on. At the end of 11 overs, Bank of Baroda cruising at 104 for 2 and a target of 201 set in front of them. Naga Bharat and Rakshit displaying solid batsmanship with their partnership. Lakhan Singh is the new man from Indian Navy. Introducing the new bowler at this stage of the game is a smart move. Both the batsmen on 38 runs. Required run rate just below 11 runs per over. Struck down to long off, beg your pardon, for a boundary. Naga Bharat taking advantage of the good delivery. Strikes it down to long off. So Aram, do you think that they've played patiently initially and now are trying to put forward their aggression. What would you like to say about this?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, after the loss of those two early wickets, they needed to stabilize the innings. That's exactly what they've done, and now they're cruising into their 40s, build up a good partnership. Straight down the ground to the fielder, he's taken it. Just when we were talking about partnerships. Hardik Sethi putting in a good effort there in the field, taking a comfortable catch. So that's the third wicket for Bank of Baroda. Lakhan Singh claiming his first. So I think that's a ray of hope for the Indian Navy. That's exactly what they wanted. They brought in the pacer and he's given them that wicket they were looking for. They were looking to break that partnership, which is turning out to be So I think from now on, the Indian Navy will look to capitalize. They should use this wicket, try and get a couple of more wickets. That's what they'll look to get. The Indian Navy, Lakhan Singh, keeping it outside off stump, straight to the man at point. No run there. Rahul Dalal, the new man in for Bank of Baroda. The third man is pulled up, stops a single. They get only a single. Sorry there. Good field set though by Anshul Gupta, the captain of the Indian Navy. That's the equation right now. 90 runs to get from 48 deliveries. A new man in, he'll look to settle. The Indian Navy would want to get a few more wickets here to get right on top of this game.
Ranjit broke back into the attack. Ranjit will be bowling now from the media end. First delivery of the 12th over. Glanced over to point. Good shot there. Goes all the way for 6 runs. Rahul Dalal, the man, the new man in, didn't take any time to get settled. Goes right after Ranjit, which brings up the 14th six of this DY Patil T20. Struck with confidence over deep mid wicket. Into the stands. Ranjit proving to be a little expensive today. He would want to regroup himself and pull back into form. Rahul Dalal makes some space. I think he had other plans in mind, couldn't execute. There would be no runs. Ranjit D back into the attack. Lifted over point. Should get a couple of runs come. Naga Bharat, the man on strike. I beg your pardon, was only a single.
Punched away to the man at covers. The man at point does well. They've gotten these boundaries, but the run rate is somehow climbing to over an 11. Kevin, do you think they'll have to move faster than they are?
So Aram with the new man Rahul Dalal in, who seems to be going at the bowlers. And I think that this pace, they can reach the target comfortably if they continue without losing wickets, and if Rahul Dalal and Naga Bharat can build a partnership again from scratch. Naga Bharat, the well set man, should be looking to cross his half-century mark in the next over. At the end of the 13th over, Bank of Baroda are at 120 runs for the loss of 3 wickets.
I think that's what the Bank of Baroda team needs right now. They need a big over, or at least a couple of big overs to ease on the target. And Lakhan Singh has been brought into the attack. He's got no wicket in that first over that he bowled, just 7 off it. Coming from the media end, punched away. To mid wicket. I'll settle for a single. Like I said, good field placement there by Anshul Gupta. The batsman finding the field at multiple occasions. Coming up to the ball, slight mix up there, no runs. I think the pressure is kind of showing on the batsmen now. They need to shift those gears and get those extra runs. That one big over, the couple of big overs they need to ease the gap, and Lakhan Singh not providing them with what they need. He's bowled well so far. Good line of the fielder puts in a great dive to get there. Stops the double or a potential boundary. I think at this point Indian Navy wouldn't mind those singles or even an occasional double. The boundaries are what they're looking to stop. Straight to the fielder there. The batsman trying to open the face of the bat. Not quite going the distance. That's what I'm talking about. That's what they need. Straight over the fence. 6 runs. Some smiles in the dugout of the Bank of Baroda team. They'll have the fingers crossed. This is exactly what they need right now. And Naga Bharat doing just that. He knows the importance of these end overs. He knows how they need one big over. The run rate, the required run rate there, creeping a little bit up to 11.83, which is nearly 12 runs an over. So Kevin, with 6 overs to go, where would you put your money on?
The Bank of Baroda team now really has to pull their socks up and get into some aggressive batting if they're looking to secure this match. On the other hand, the Indian Navy can bring out their pacers and try to strangle the Bank of Baroda for a low total. Ranjit has been brought back into the attack, who's turned out to be expensive today, rather. He would really look to narrow down his run margin. Naga Bharat batting at 46 runs at 33 deliveries that he's faced. Goes down the ground and lands in no man's land. Would be a single. Naga Bharat not very happy about it. I'm sure he had other plans with that shot. Did not connect the way he wanted it to. Rahul Dalal, the man on strike. Wonderful pull shot going down on his knee. That would be 6 runs. Flat bullet shot there. It's almost as if Rahul Dalal is providing the Bank of Baroda team with the most required cameo to keep them alive in this game. Rahul Dalal cruising at a strike rate of 200. Ranjit is definitely not happy with it, as you can see on his face.
I think Rahul Dalal very well understands the need for those big runs, those big hits. He's been in top gear since he's come out to bat. Took no time to settle in, went straight for the big hits. Again, his stance says a lot. With a wide stance, coming to outside off stump, trying to play the ball over the leg side. He knows that fireworks have to come in for one end, because Naga Bharat is holding one end up very well. 47 of 34 for Naga. Good fielding there, good fielding. Tight field there. Quick single taken. That could have been close. The Navy now understand that they cannot let this game slip out of their hands. They have to maintain control and keep it within its grips. Coming outside the crease, front foot to the man at point, single taken. Partnership of 20 runs. They still need 12 runs and over in the last 5 overs. Rahul Dalal facing. Full toss there. Outside off stump. The batsman didn't quite anticipate that. Didn't play to it. That brings us to the end of the 15th over. Bank of Baroda at 139 for the loss of 3 wickets. I think these are going to be 2 interesting overs, Kevin. A lot could depend upon these 2 crucial overs. Do you think who do you think the captain will toss the ball to? Do you think it will be spin? I think he'd go with spin.
I think it's a smart call by the captain to bring back Vipin Singh into the attack. Vipin Singh has been constricting the flow of runs. But now with Rahul Dalal in the crease and Naga Bharat on his front foot, they might look to go after Vipin Singh's bowling. Let's see how well he can contain them now. Vipin Singh coming in for his final over from media end. A reverse sweep, but would not get more than a single for that. Good effort there and tight fielding by the Indian Navy. Good shot there by Rahul Dalal. It should clear, and it's a boundary. Pulled it down to fine leg. No second thoughts on that shot. He knew where he was placing it the moment the ball left the fingers of the bowler.
This is almost a replay of the previous shot, except the fielder gets to it this time. They'll get a couple. Rahul Dalal at 31 from just 17 deliveries. Required run rate at 12.22 now. They wouldn't want to take this game too deep. We're already into the 16th over. If they have to do it, it has to be now. Over the bowler's head, straight down the ground, and that's 6 runs. A good looking shot that stood his stance, opened the face of the bat, over the bowler's head, 6 runs right onto the side screen. Yeah, much better line there this time by Vipin Singh to the man at long on for a single, putting Naga Bharat on strike. He's at 49. I don't think that 50 is playing on his mind right now. He has to bring his team home. Reverse sweep attempt. Just a single there brings up the 50 for Naga Bharat. Some applause for him from the dugout. He's got 1 6, 5 4s, a strike rate of 135. More importantly, he's played the anchoring innings for his team to get them to the 16th over after those 2 early wickets, to make sure that the scoreboard is ticking. Crucial innings by Naga Bharat. 50 of just 37 deliveries. Although Rahul Dalal has come in and played a quicker innings, but it's all a matter of time in the game. So that's the equation for you. 47 runs required from 24 balls. It could swing both ways. We're in the 17th over now. It's so good to see these youngsters competing in good spirit of the game. A shout out to the organizers of the DY Patil T20 tournament for putting up this trophy, this tournament every year. They've done some great work. It's a beautiful sight to behold at the DY Patil Stadium in Navi Mumbai. Oh, innovative there. Races away to the fence. 4 runs, not quite expecting the ball to come down onto the offside. Playing mind games there. He just gets a bat onto it. 4 runs. They'll take whatever they're getting. One way or the other, no matter how it comes. The run should come in. Varun, who's bowled 2 overs and given away 22 in the last 2 overs. He's come in to bowl his 3rd over. A crucial one indeed. Varun Chaudhary. Oh, that's almost a replay of that previous shot. Gets the same 4 runs, same result. Kevin, what do you think about that shot? Do you think he was anticipating it, or it's just being innovative?
The first time I thought was something he wanted to sweep it down to deep fine leg, but after it clicked the first time and he went for it the second time, now it's just beautiful to watch. Glorious shot. What do you think, Aram?
Yeah, absolutely. I think he's liking those shots. No matter in what way those runs are coming, he's happy. Although he shouldn't get too habituated to that shot. Not really textbook, if I would say. I think he should almost take a stance outside the off stump, because he's moving there every ball. This time trying to play on the leg side. A dot ball. Good contest though between the bat and ball there. Two youngsters going at it. Varun and Naga Bharat. That's what I love about T20s. It's so competitive and so much fun to watch. Oh, slow bouncer there. Much better line. The batsman stood his ground. Toes in the air.
Two boundaries and followed by two dot balls. It's a great contest between Naga Bharat and Varun. Bowled him. Wonderful Yorker. Beautiful. A chit chat happening there between the Naga Bharat and Varun Chaudhary. Clears the middle stump. It was a slow Yorker. Naga Bharat not very happy with Varun Chaudhary's behavior there. Well played innings. 58 runs of 42 balls. The strike rate of 138. Cleared the boundary 7 times and one time it was a lofted effort. Slow Yorker. Picturesque, I must say. Indian Navy would be really happy that they've gotten this wicket.
I think it was quite a friendly banter there. What do you think, Kevin? What do you think he was saying to the batsman?
Doesn't look all that friendly right now, Aram. There's a lot of discussion happening, but all smiles, everything's cleared. This is the beauty of this game.
So crucial wicket there for Indian Navy, putting the brakes on the innings for the Bank of Baroda. The said batsman has departed now, although he's played a wonderful innings there. Naga Bharat almost anchored them, only to fall in the 17th over. Goes straight this time to the man at long off, picks up, will be a single, and he will keep strike. 17 overs gone, 163 for the loss of 4 wickets is Bank of Baroda. 38 now required from the last 3 overs. This is going to be quite an exciting game to watch. Do you think this could run into a super over? Although that's not the format, I mean they'll share the points, but that would be exciting on the first day.
Too soon to say that this match is going to end in a tie. Cheers to both the teams for wonderful efforts out there when the sun is especially beating down on them. The Navi Mumbai sun is not very friendly, I must say. Zishan is the new man in. Lakhan Singh back onto the attack, pulled away and single, which puts Rahul Dalal, the man on strike. Rahul Dalal having a quick, powerful innings.
I think that's what the strategy should be right now. Put Rahul Dalal on strike. With that equation, he's the man to do it for Bank of Baroda. Giving himself room there this time. Plays onto the offside. Man at covers, picks up. Just a single taken. They will have just 16 deliveries left and 36 to get. coming to the front foot this time and taken. That's gone. Celebrations for Lakhan Singh. Zishan has tossed his wicket. Bank of Baroda in some trouble now. Indian Navy getting right on top of this game with that wicket. With 36 to get from 15 balls, 5 wickets down. Sujit Gowda, the new man in for Bank of Baroda. The required run rate now moving up to 14.40. This is going to require some serious skill from Rahul and Sujit to get Bank of Baroda home. If not, Indian Navy are right on top of this game. This is the first game in the DY Patil T20 Cup, Kevin. It's so good to see them play here. Swept this time. Oh, the fielder's head will run away for 4. Smart little play there from Rahul Dalal. He's freed his arms, playing all around the ground. He converted an offside ball into a boundary on the leg side. Brilliant stuff there, Rahul Dalal. 43 from just 21 deliveries. Again to the offside. Lucky runs, lucky pickings this one for Rahul Dalal. Races away to the fence again. He wouldn't mind those at all. He's riding on his luck. And of course, the skill set he possesses. Offside delivery kept wide outside of stump. The keeper jumps into the air to get his hands on him. But no. Same result. Now the boundary, 26 required now. I'm sorry, pardon me, 28 required now from 13 deliveries. For viewers joining in, you could watch this live on YouTube and on Facebook. The DY Patil T20 tournament into its 16th edition. It's the first day. Pulled away. There's protection there. He will retain strike. Rahul Dalal. Smart batting there to take a single off the last ball. Keep strike. Go into the 19th over with 27 runs to get. What do you think, Kevin? Do you think Rahul Dalal can get on top of this game?
Thanks, Aram. Now, if Rahul Dalal continues in the same pace, with the same aggression, the same will and the same confidence, he can get Bank of Baroda to cross this margin quite easily, I must say. Rahul Dalal is proving to be a pain for the Indian Navy bowlers. Bank of Baroda now required meager 27 runs in the last 2 overs. Bouncer beats the batsman but beats the keeper as well. Will go down for 4 runs. Lucky runs there for Bank of Baroda, who now require 22 runs from the 2 overs. 5 wides. Varun Chaudhary will not be wanting to repeat the same mistake. Decent ball, helicopter shot there. Rahul Dalal will get 4 runs. No, it's a great effort there in the deep by the fielder, stopping him. 50 comes up for Rahul Dalal of a mere 24 balls. Strike rate just above 200. See his figures, he has more sixes than boundaries. 4 sixes and 3 fours. Very strong, very confident play there by this youngster. Varun Chaudhary also expensive. Good shot. 4 more runs.
I think this could be the turning point, Kevin. What do you say? This is the over they were looking for, and exactly what we were talking about. They need to go after the last few overs, and that's exactly what Rahul Dalal has done. 25 balls, he's gotten 54, 3 boundaries. I mean, 5 extras and then a couple of boundaries. But look at how easy he's playing there. He's right on top of this, very comfortable. Full toss, played down the ground. There's protection there at long on. Will get a single. Putting Sujit Gowda on strike, facing his first ball. Varun Chaudhary has been quite expensive. 3.3 overs, he's given away 43 runs. So now just 15 needed of the last 9 balls. The last 3 deliveries have really closed up the contest. Rahul Dalal playing a brilliant innings there for Bank of Baroda. Where will he go this time? Varun Chaudhary to Sujit Gowda. There's protection there. Otherwise those would be easy pickings. Single taken. Protection in the leg gully. Putting Rahul Dalal on strike with 2 balls to go in this over. Pulled away to the man at deep mid wicket. Sujit Gowda on strike.
Sujit Gowda facing the last ball of the 19th over, and they're looking for a couple of runs, but will settle for a single, which means Sujit Gowda will be the man on strike of the final over. Varun Chaudhary expensive, 46 runs. 12 runs required of the last over. It's quite a nail biter now. Rahul Dalal's power-packed innings has been the driving force of this Bank of Baroda team. towards the end, alongside the partnership of Naga Bharat and Rakshites initially. Lakhan Singh will be the man to close this match from the Indian Navy side. Bank of Baroda required just 12 runs the last over. Sujit Gowda, the new man, is on strike. It could be a matter of concern for Bank of Baroda. Good delivery, can squeeze a single, edged it. Which now puts the danger man on strike, Rahul Dalal, number 9 jersey. Rahul Dalal, I beg your pardon, took his stance but couldn't deliver what he had expected to.
The batsman having a little chat there. He needs to do what he's done the entire innings, go after the bowler. Wide outside off stump, straight to the fielder. He'll come up. That'll just be a single. Some good bowling there by Lakhan Singh. 3 balls to go now with 10 runs required. The new man in on strike. That's in the air. The fielder gets under it but lands in no man's area. They've gotten just a single, so now 9 runs required of the last 2 deliveries. He'll have to get 2 boundaries of it. No other equation will suffice.
It's either go big or go home now for Bank of Baroda. Lakhan Singh back into the attack. Good shot. I think we'll find the boundary. Great effort there, but still would still be 4 runs. 5 required of the last ball. 4 runs to tie the game, or 6 for Bank of Baroda to take it home.
I still have a feeling this is going to end in a tie, Kevin. I've been hinting at it from the 14th over. Oh, let's hope for a result. It's too early in the tournament to split points. But good effort there. Where do you think he's going to bowl now?
I think he'll try to give a slow bouncer.
He'll look to bowl a yorker, I feel. Some changes in the field. There you go. Last ball. outside off stump, and taken. That's it. The Indian Navy has won this match in a nail-biting last ball finish. A good attempt there, though, trying to clear the man at fine leg. Goes over his head. Raises his arms, takes a beautiful catch. That's it. So there's the match summary. Match number 1. Indian Navy win their debut match at the DY Patil tournament by 4 runs. A great batting effort early on by Mohit Alawat. And then Lakhan Singh proving his might with the ball, 3 for 35 from 4 overs. That's what you get at the DY Patil T20 tournament. Some nail-biting finishes, some good quality cricket, some youngsters stepping up to the occasion. So that's it from the commentary box. Thank you, Kevin Patrick, for joining me. And we hope to see you in the second game.